Greetings, Skywatchers, and welcome to the sky above us. I'm James Albury, and I'm your tour guide to the night sky. Remember that really close pairing of Jupiter and Saturn in December 2020? Well, guess what? We get to see Jupiter get super close to another planet early this month. Plus, the moon has a close encounter with 4 of the 5 naked eye planets. What am I talking about? Let me show you. Alrighty, if you remember last December, Jupiter and Saturn had an amazingly close conjunction in December 2020. So close, in fact, that not only could you see them both in the same telescopic field of view, but I got so excited that I danced for a full 30 seconds at the end of the episode. Don't worry, I won't dance this time, but 2021 is going to be an awesome year for planetary close encounters. The first one happens this month on the morning of Friday, March 5th between Jupiter, the largest planet in our solar system, and Mercury, the smallest planet in our solar system. The planets are not physically close together, but they appear that way because of our perspective in the solar system. If we were able to view our solar system from above the North Pole of the Sun, you would notice that we could draw a straight line from Earth past Mercury and land smack dab on Jupiter. It's as if we're trying to take a picture of Mercury and Jupiter is waving to us in the background. So, how best can you view this event? Let me show you. Okay, we have our sky set up for 6 a.m. on March 5th facing east-southeast. Jupiter and Mercury will be very close to the horizon, so you'll want to make sure you don't have any trees, mountains, or buildings nearby. As the pre-dawn sky progresses, you'll notice Saturn up and to the right of Jupiter and Mercury. All 3 planets will be in Capricornus, the sea goat. Jupiter and Mercury will be a mere 19 arc-minutes apart. Degrees, minutes, and seconds are one way that astronomers measure angular distances in the sky. There are 60 arc-seconds in 1 arc-minute, and 60 arc-minutes in 1 degree of arc. Therefore, by comparison, the moon, which is half a degree in diameter, is also considered to be 30 arc-minutes in diameter. Mizar and Alcor, the visual binary at the bend of the handle of the Big Dipper, are 12 arc-minutes apart, and the Great Conjunction of 2020 had Jupiter and Saturn only 6 arc-minutes apart. With that said, if you have a pair of binoculars or a telescope with a wide field of view, you'll be able to see both Mercury and Jupiter at the same time. A 32mm eyepiece on your telescope will work great for that. Plus, you'll get to see Jupiter's 4 largest moons: Callisto, Ganymede, Io, and Europa. For those of you early birds who enjoy planet watching, here are a few things to look for this month. First, the waning crescent moon joins our planet party on the morning of March 9th. We have our sky set to an hour before sunrise at approximately 6:15 a.m. All 3 planets, Saturn, Jupiter, and Mercury, will form a nice line through the constellation of Capricornus, the sea goat. The moon will be closest to Saturn on the 9th at just over 3.5 degrees away. Then it will be closest to Jupiter on March 10th at just over 4 degrees away. Since the moon is only a half a degree in width, 4 degrees equates to 8 full moon widths. Yeah, it's not as impressive as some pairings, but you'll get to see a beautiful new moon in the old moon's arms effect to make it worth your while. On March 9th and 10th, the moon is in its waning crescent phase, and when it's in these last few days of its trip around the Earth, we can see what is officially called Earthshine. Earthshine happens when the sun, moon, and Earth are just the right angle that sunlight reflecting off the Earth lights up the nighttime side of the moon. This makes the nighttime side of the moon appear to glow dimly against the brighter but slender crescent part of the moon. So, when it happens near sunrise, we call it the new moon in the old moon's arms, and when we see it at sunset, we call it the old moon in the new moon's arms. Speaking of the old moon in the new moon's arms, let's shift to the evening sky so we can check out the moon and Mars. Mars is the only naked eye planet in the evening sky this month, and the moon will pay it a visit on March 19th. Therefore, we have our sky set to 8 p.m. on March 18th, facing west-southwest. High in the sky, you'll see that the waxing crescent moon has entered the constellation of Taurus the Bull. By March 19th, the moon will squeeze past Mars and the bright orange star Aldebaran. Aldebaran marks the eye of Taurus the Bull. Both objects have a golden orange hue, so the best way to tell them apart is that Aldebaran will be twinkling, and right now it's slightly brighter than Mars. Aldebaran is an evolved orange giant star approximately 65 light-years away. Although Aldebaran is just slightly more massive than our Sun, it sports a luminosity of over 430 times the luminosity of our Sun. Mars, by comparison, is a 4,000-mile-wide rocky world that's 1.6 astronomical units from Earth right now. 1 astronomical unit is the average distance between Earth and the Sun. Mars appears the way it does because it's reflecting sunlight off its rusty surface. All right, my friends, get outside and watch for Jupiter and Mercury to get super close just before sunrise on Friday, March 5th, and check out the moon as it zips past Saturn, Jupiter, and eventually Mars. Before you go, make sure you click on the subscribe button below. The planets will be happy you did. And if you'd like to support our program, click on the Patreon link in the description, and you could qualify for autographed The Sky Above Us memorabilia, and you could see your name in the credits of our next episode. The clockwork of the heavens awaits you, especially if you remember to keep looking up.